Hello students, welcome back to our chemistry online classes. For your second year intermediate, the first chapter of your chemistry is solid state. In solid state, we are going to learn so many things about solids, how the particles are arranged in solids and what are the different types of solids and their classification and everything from the chapter solid state. So first of all, we should know what do you mean by matter. Matter. What do you mean by matter? Matter is nothing but anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. We know that the earth is nothing but a matter, isn't it? So the matter is again divided into three types, that are solids, liquids and gases. So in this lesson we are going to learn only about the solids. So the solids characteristics we are going to see now. In solid they have definite shape, definite volume and definite mass. The solids have definite shape, definite volume and definite mass, and the constituent particles have fixed position. So you can see here the constant the particles whatever present in the solid, they have fixed position. They cannot move from its position. They cannot change their mean position. Whenever if you give some heat energy also, they can vibrate in their mean position only. They will not come out of the solid, isn't it? Next one is the strong intermolecular force is present in the solids. Whenever strong intermolecular force is present, the distance will be very less. That is, the distance is nothing but intermolecular distance or intermolecular space. The strong intermolecular force is present, so that the short intermolecular space is present. And next one, the solids are incompressible and rigid. They cannot be compressed easily, isn't it? They cannot be compressed and they are having rigid shape. So this is the general characteristics about solid state which you have studied in your previous classes. Next comes to classification of solids. Classification of solids is of two types, that is crystalline solids and amorphous solids. In crystalline solids, if you see, in this type of solid, the constituent particles are arranged regularly with definite characteristics. Example, I have taken NaCl. So here the arrangement of particles are ordered, regularly arranged, isn't it? So they are crystalline solids. The arrangement of particles are orderly present or orderly arranged. Next comes to amorphous solids. Here the particles have irregular shape. That means in this type of solids, the constituent particles are arranged irregularly with indefinite characteristics. There is no particular properties. So here I have taken NaCl for crystalline solids, and in amorphous solids glass. Not only this, and again you can give here graphite. Okay, here you can give graphite as an example. In crystalline solids you can give diamond as an example. Next difference is, here in crystalline solids long range order is present. What do you mean by long range order? That is nothing but arrangement of particles. The particles arranged in a long range. Okay, they are not arranged in a short form or a short range. They are arranged long order, means the particles one by one are arranged in a long order. Here if you see, they are having short range order. They are having short range order. They are having indefinite. Okay, they are not having a regular shape. They are irregularly arranged. So that is why they are short range order. Next one, crystalline solid. As they are having long range order, they are having sharp melting point. That means they are having particular melting point. Say for example, if they are having 120 degrees, that means they maintain that temperature, isn't it? That's why it is called sharp melting point. The crystalline solids have sharp melting point. Next one, in amorphous solids, they do not have sharp melting point. Why? Because they are not orderly arranged. Next point, high and fixed heat of fusion. What do you mean by fixed heat of fusion? That is nothing but whenever the solid is going to change, to the liquid or liquid to the gases, they are having particular amount of heat enthalpy. That is, they are absorbing some amount of heat energy. That is fixed. Okay, so that is why they are having high and fixed heat of fusion. Okay, that is from changing from solid to liquid, how much heat energy is absorbing by the solid, that is called fixed heat of fusion. And here they do not have fixed heat of fusion. And next one, crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature, whereas amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. So here you will get the doubt about what do you mean by anisotropic and isotropic. Isotropic is nothing but iso means same, tropic means direction. Iso means same, tropic means direction. So look at here, anisotropic, that means physical property isotropic, that means the physical property measurements are not same in all or along all directions. First you know the meaning of it, next I will explain. And here isotropic, what I said, iso means same, tropic means direction, means that means same direction. So here the physical property measurements are same along all directions. Yes, so here you will get a lot of confusion and nothing. So here anisotropic, all crystalline solids are anisotropic. Here this one is NaCl. Okay, the black dots are sodium and the red dots are chlorine. The atoms are arranged like this. So if I have taken two directions, see, look at here, this one is B, this one is A. If we see the B line, here sodium chloride, sodium chloride, sodium chloride, it was changing, isn't it? And if we see like this side you are having what? Chlorine, and this side you are having sodium. So here the physical properties will be different for B direction and for A direction. That is, this is not same. That is why crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. Next comes to amorphous solids. They are having short range order. For example, one particle is present here and another particle is present here. Understand? From here to here the physical properties will be same, and again here it will be changed. From here to here it will be same, isn't it? But here, see, look at here, here to here this is sodium chlorine. Here the property is different, here the property is different. From here to here again the property will be changing. But here it's not like that. The properties will be same along all directions. So that is the main difference. You can see this one is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Okay, example you can take refractive index, isn't it? So here a little confusion will be arising in anisotropic and isotropic. Crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature, amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. With the example of this diagram you can understand better.